Right then, welcome back. Yeah, welcome back indeed. Been a while. However, I've been doing all sorts of stuff, mainly outside, so that's why there's not been many videos recently. I've been a busy boy. Anyway, back to ride, and we are doing Suzuka Master. I've already stuck the endurance race up somewhere, the full version. That's the last thing that I managed to edit and get sorted out, and this is the highlights of all the other events. So first up, track day on 252 strokes. Then we're going for the TZR, I think. I don't know. Yes, TZR 250. Race modified 2 strokes. So problem here, keeping temperature in the tyres. And attempt 1, failed it. Ran out of time, nowhere near, loads of mistakes, falling off left, right and centre. It's quite hard. I know it's a Suzuka Master event, I get that, yeah, Master, blah blah blah, but it genuinely is quite a hard track day. It's a big track. You are reliant on the gaps between the AI riders. If you get a duff set of gaps, you're never going to do it. The bike's it's just not fast enough to make up the difference down the straights. Handles, like you would not believe, absolute monster. Loads of lean angle, loads of corner speed. She's awesome, but yeah, this was quite tight. Hmm, 10 seconds left. Yeah, that was quite hard. I didn't think I was going to do it, but I did. Hey ho, never quit and all that jazz. So yeah, interesting. Next one then. So 1000cc naked bikes, and this is various layouts at Suzuka, but apparently we're just going to use the GP layout for whatever reason. So night race, 1000cc naked bikes. I've gone with a KTM Duke. I don't know why. Maybe I saw one. I was out and about on the bikes and I saw one and I was just like, ugh. Had a little bit of a perv on it. It is, it's a bit of me, that, a big filthy 1300cc V-twin. Yeah, again, setup wise, you're racing at night, you're stuck between grip and tyre temperature and everything else in between, and yeah, again, quite difficult. The riding at night time was a bit weird, and what I realised on attempt 1 was it was still uneasy because I blitzed them, so I had to come out and stick it on back on 120%, and off I went again. Attempt number 2, lap 2, up towards the hairpin, get the braking point all wrong and play skittles, do a couple of somersaults into the gravel, have a bit of a muck about with this setup. It's not holding tyre temp at all, it's just a little bit weird, and it just needed a bit of playing with. And yeah, as I said, not the easiest 5-lap 1000cc naked race that I've ever done. The AI were uber aggressive and rather fast. So coming up to the hairpin again, in all honesty, I am struggling to keep up with him in front, or them, or they, or we, or whatever pronoun they prefer. Make an absolute haberdashery of it into the hairpin, and we end up in 6th? Yeah, we end up down in 6th. It's on the motorcycle layout with this horrible little chicane, which means the chicane at the end of the lap is the horrible tight one as well, that's just no fun whatsoever to go through. And it's graft from now till the last chicane of the last lap. This is just absolute graft. Yes, that was tough. That overtake into the last chicane, I was quite proud of that. I thought that was a proper filthy, dirty block pass. I'm going to put my bike where you want to go. I mean, he still tried to ride through me, as the AI normally does, but yeah, I had a dirty grin on my face after I'd done that, because that was a filthy pass. Anyway, next one, number 3, Time Attack, 1000cc sports bikes, and the problem from now on was I couldn't work out what bike to use. What do I go for? Do I go for this? Do I go for that? I was trying to use stuff that I've not really used much before. It's alright using level 5 bikes, but it's pointless. Try and get everything leveled up to unlock all the liveries, and I thought, do I go for the blade? What do I do? I'm just looking through, I just wanted something. It's Suzuka. It had to be Japanese, so I thought, you know what? Sod it. I'm going to go for the unobtainium. I'm going to go for the bike that if I won the lottery would probably be one of my first purchases. Not to ride it. I wouldn't be able to ride it. My wrists and my back would snap within 5 minutes. But it would go in the hallway of whatever cardboard box I bought to live in, and it would just sit there, and it would look very pretty and very nice, and I'd probably stare at it with no clothes on. But there you go, it is what it is. Attempt number 1, into the hairpin again. It's that lack of grip on the front end, just not holding any tyre temp, and we lost the front end, down we went. So attempt number 2, and 2:16.1. That's not a fast lap, but it's not a slow lap. Sorry, it's not a fast lap, but it's not a slow lap either. It's one of those horrible little in-betweeny targets, and I'm not entirely convinced by the noise that that bike is making. It sounds a bit blue bottle in a paper bag for me. I think the MT-10 and the R1, the crossplane engines sound nicer, but hey, it is what it is. Everyone likes something different. Yeah, we did it not easy in the end, but the front tyre, just the front tyre on this track at night, getting it to hold temperature, really struggling. I appreciate this was all recorded pre my setup epiphany, where all of a sudden the tyres work after whatever they've done to the physics, but still, I don't normally struggle this much, but this track was just, yes, was testing my patience. Next one, another race. We're going for race modified naked or sports bikes. The endurance race is a sports bike. I've just used a sports bike, so I thought now I'll go for a naked bike. Again, I'm on an R, and if I use the Kawasaki, it'll become a one bike race. Wanted something in the middle. I was a bit disappointed by the noise on the RC213 VS, so I thought, no, I'll go for a filthy, like dirty, growly V4 alike, and we'll go for the MT-10. It's raining, we've chinned qualifying off, so we're starting from the back of the grid, and of all the races, I think this one was probably the best. Attempt number 1 didn't go great, the normal first corner shenanigans at Suzuka, bang, there you go. And we're both flying through the gravel. Attempt number 2, we finished second, 1.1 seconds of penalties. It's just a bit of an awkward race. The AI were fast, really fast. So yeah, it was a bit of a struggle. Again, I've gone too far down with the front end, so now I've not got the support that I need. So I'm on an R in. Do I give it more? Do I not? Do I muck about with the back? So it's the setup that's causing me some consternation. However, attempt number 3, and yeah, like I say, out of all the races, it's probably the bike, because the conditions were horrific. This this was probably the best one. The endurance race is good, but this is probably the best one. a mad 3 laps. From 4th to off to last to first to everything in between. I mean, the AI helps, falling off left, right and centre, but a win's a win, a gold's a gold, a done's a done. Yeah, there was some big boy corners on the wet in there, 90 odd mile an hour into the first corner of the wet. Whew, brave that. So, last one then. Last one, the endurance race. And yeah, I seem to have done a lot of endurance races at Suzuka. Not sure why. Again, tried to pick something that I wanted to use rather than needed to or whatever else, and I ended up going with a Suzuki. Yes, it's already level 5, but I'd used a Yamaha, I'd used a Honda, I'd used the TZR. What else had I used? Can't remember. Anyway, whatever the second bike was, I don't recall. But anyway, endurance race. Yeah, the start. Standard endurance race starts appear to be back, where the AI rider that's on my bike is useless. Absolutely useless off the start, and then you go into the first corner and the AI just smash you off anyway. So that is basically what happens. So off the start, don't make any ground, little bit of bumping and barging into the first corner. The bloke who's at the back just thinks, nah mate, screw you, I'm going through. So we ended up down 11th. AI are on it again, proper argy-bargy, shoving and riding through you, so fight fire with fire and all that. And they're falling off. One just fell off there, so we're up to 10th, and it was just, yeah, it was just one of them crazy starts where I wanted to get into a rhythm, knock the fueling right down and go as long as possible. And what I ended up doing was riding all over the curbs and high-siding myself off. So we're back down in 12th, end of the first lap. There's a lot happening in this first lap. We've been off twice. We managed to drag it back to, sorry, not end of the first lap, it's just from where I fell off, down the back straight, through to 10th, coming up to the final corner. It's on the motorcycle GP circuit as well, so this last chicane. Carnage in the last chicane, bikes absolutely everywhere. AI riders who've just got back on, 0 ducks given, just riding into the side here. But slowly but surely, lap 2, we're up to 6th, into the last corner. Thought I was going to fall off then, all over the inside curb, and it rapidly became very obvious that I was quicker, but well, the AI aren't particularly fast anyway, but I had a real pace advantage, so it was about going as long as possible without trying to make too many mistakes and without trying to rack up an absolute fortune in penalties. The fly in the ointment of my plan was the front tyre, because I'd gone for a hard front and a medium rear, and the hard front tyre just, yeah, it did not want to stay warm at all. What time is it now? 7:10, so the longer we go, the colder it gets, That was a good hunting ground for me, down the back straight, through, is that 130R? I think it is, into this last chicane. Was able to do quite a lot of making ground up. So end of lap 3, we're up to 3rd. Oh, that was close on the barrier, and we don't have a massive amount of time penalties. End of lap 4, the bloke in second place just fell off, so we went at second into first. Again, round 130R, and we are in the lead. And that was it. There was not a lot else happened for about 15 minutes until I decided I was going to go into the pits. So it was a very lonely existence. We were pounding the laps out, and we've got a 34-second lead. Some of them have already been in the pits and pitted. We are down to 3%. We are on lean fuel map as well, because I started the last lap with that lap with 8%, so I was convinced I was going to run out. Dodgy entrance, watch the AI, he'll slam you onto the barriers, and the front tyre's stone cold, 40% left. So I thought, we'll go medium, stick 75% fuel in, 80% fuel, something like that. And out we go again. We do get past, it's about 40 odd seconds in the pits, so we end up in second. and the leader decides he's going to do us a massive favour and falls off a little ways up here, and out of sympathy I fell off as well. But that was about it. There wasn't a massive amount happened. There he is, just binned it, dropped into the gravel, and I was like, oh well, I'm done. He's got 39% fuel, he's gonna have to stop again. I've got 70 odd percent, nearly 80%. I've got loads of gas, and I went right over this bump, way too wide, bump, gas, bump, and we're off and we're in the gravel. So yeah, so I ended up down second again, but he's gonna make a mess of it in the chicane. So we're up to first, and yeah, we didn't really look back from there. We just carried on, yeah, and that was it. So it's the last lap. I've got 20 odd seconds. He's on 9% anyway, so he'll be off in the pits before he finishes. And that's it. I'll see you at the finish. It's done, it's dusted, the job's a cod. The I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, or J's, whichever you prefer. It's alright. I quite like Suzuka. Way too many night races, and we only use one track. What's up with the east course or the west course, or using the layout? I don't know, but it's done. It's alright. If you like Suzuka, you'll enjoy it. If you don't, you won't. It's as simple as that. But thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave me a like, comment and subscribe, because there's going to be loads more coming, and fingers crossed I will see you next time. Stay safe. Peace.